Hello everybody and welcome to another update video on XRP. The XRP chart continues to grind sideways. We're still holding above the last swing lows, but we're also forming lower highs. So what does that mean for us? It means that we are likely in some kind of a correction, consolidation, possibly even a triangle pattern, even though triangles are quite rare. But I consider this still to be a fourth wave that's still in the making. I have no strong evidence that the fifth wave to the upside in this potential upside impulse has already started. Remember, last Friday, I made a video and said we're likely going to go higher for a week or so because of what Bitcoin did, also because this was a possible five-wave move up, the structure of the reaction to this support zone. And we saw a higher low, and it confirmed it further throughout the week. Okay, now we can identify stuff like that simply based on the market structure. Of course, it's based on probabilities. There are no certainties, but we saw the initial signs of a trend change. Now, that's all part of the model we're using. There are many things I'm watching for, including a break of resistance, the microstructure, but also the context in the crypto sector. So there's a lot to that goes into the analysis here. From then, obviously we saw that upside impulse, possibly in a third wave, and it extended a bit. And now we see what we always see in a fourth wave, especially in this cycle. It's been mad. The fourth waves, they extend so much that it gets very frustrating, and sometimes then at the end they just break. So I would never rely on a fifth wave to form. When I see it, I believe it when I see it, and then when we finally have all 5 waves completed, we can add support for the wave 2. Now, of course, we can track this along the way. Of course, there are people who try to trade the fifth wave. It's just extremely difficult, especially in this cycle. The third wave is typically the easy, right? I mean, trading is still difficult, but you know what I mean. Like the easy part of the trade is the third wave. The fourth wave is a mess. Focus here is usually on capital preservation, and then the fifth wave is just the last bit. Now, the main question here at the moment is, has the fifth wave started, or are we still in the fourth wave? Now, I'm currently assuming we might get the fifth wave, but the key level here is $2.07. I said it before. That's the pivot. So as long as we hold above $2.07, I think we have a chance for that fifth wave. But I can tell you that I have no strong evidence that the fifth wave has started. So the risk for a break of support is high because we're simply consolidating, right? What does that mean? Indecision. Okay, the market hasn't made the decision yet to give us that fifth wave. Now for Bitcoin, another move up is likely. We hold micro support there as well. I talked about it. So I think there is at least a realistic chance XRP might do the same. But it depends on micro support. We're holding it right now. Realistically, I think wave 4 is still unfolding, and I've added here how a triangle pattern would look like. That's at least what I'm tracking. A, B, C, D, E, a series of lower highs and higher lows. I would pay attention to the lower boundary line, but I would not be surprised if we go a little lower in a more complex corrective pattern in a wave 4. Bottom line is, wave 4 is likely still unfolding. First breakout signal to the upside would be a move above the $2.27, $2.28 level. This is the swing high that formed here on Friday, the 28th. And the triangle itself will be invalidated with a break below the 26th of November low. Because in a triangle, guys, we need to form higher lows and lower highs. So if we form a lower low, it can still be a wave 4, but it won't be a triangle anymore. That wouldn't change anything. I mean, microstructures in corrections, they are just fluid. They are not anything to think of as rigid structures. They change all the time because there are so many different corrective patterns that are possible due to all these combinations. You can't predict which pattern is evolving in the beginning, but you don't need to, because what really matters is, do the bulls turn up before we break below $2.07. At the moment, this is still corrective price action. I can tell you that. Yeah, I mean, we know a lot of things. We know a lot of things are based on what the structure is doing here. There are many things we don't know, but I can tell you what we know, what I know clearly, and what I can guarantee. There are not many things we can guarantee in the market, but I can guarantee that there is no upside impulse yet in wave 5. So the move to the upside from that last low is not impulsive, which leaves definitely the door open for a wider correction here. I'll keep you updated about it. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in additional updates, maybe consider to join today in the kickoff session of our masterclass here. It's on YouTube. It's going to be a series of live sessions over the coming months, way into next year, in which in each live session will form a subchapter of my coming book. So this is basically the foundation of it. It will be a large multimedia project. And if you're a gold or silver member, you also get the ebooks, that will form the foundation for the chapters of the final book, which will be written next year. So, which I've actually started, right? But again, it's going to be a massive project. And if you consider to become a member, actually, and you get the chapters and everything, then feel free to use our Black Friday week offer. It gives you a 20% discount on the annual memberships. It's on our website. I put the link in the comment section. But you don't only get the chapters. There's much more included, including the daily updates, basically round the clock analysis of cryptocurrencies, plus additional updates on gold, silver. Some stock updates are included as well. The trading view live charts. It's just the whole package. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.